Elisa Wall, former SEC member. You testified against Jeffs in another case. You're also the author of Stolen Innocence. First of all, I know that you were abused as a child in the sect. What is your reaction to the verdict that came down? Did you ever think this day would come?
Really, this has been a long day. This has been a long time coming, and it's a good day. It's a day of relief, and really, it's a miracle in my eyes. It's been emotional. It's an emotional journey for anyone who is really involved and has been victimized by Warren Jeffs and his control.
You know, I want to ask you that because what does this say? I think this sends a very powerful and important message to perverts, to rapists, to anyone out there that whatever state it's going to be in, justice will be served and victims have a voice.
Absolutely. Through this whole entire journey that I've been on, that has been the most inspiring and the message that has given me courage is that's what this is about. This is about child abuse. This is about preventing it. This is about setting a precedence that rings loud and clear to anyone who wants to abuse children or use any form of control to make these children and women and men do these horrible things.
Elisa, well, tell us also what happened briefly to you. Tell us what happened. I know that you were forced into a quote marriage at the age of 14.
Yes, I was. I was born and raised in the FLDS community, and along with undergoing all the abuses that psychologically that came with that, I was married at 14 years old against my will to my first cousin.
And you just didn't know any better, right? This is what you grow up in.
Absolutely not. I didn't know any better, and even though I contested the marriage, that was very unheard of in that community, and I was shunned for me. I was shunned for not just following through with it and just willingly obeying like everyone else has done in the past.
Flora Jessup escaped the polygamous sect at the age of 15. Flora, you and I have been talking for years. What was your reaction when this came?
I'm just so pleased that he is finally going to be locked up and put away like he should have been years ago. You know, I'm so proud of Texas and the dedicated prosecutors and attorneys and the Texas Rangers and the judge that devoted so much of their time and effort to this case and proved that the victims do have a voice. That was so important to all of us that have been victimized by the FLDS.
Did you have tears in your eyes, Flora? I know how passionate you have been to see justice served finally in this case.
I'm just so pleased. I don't know. You know, sitting in that courtroom, listening to those tapes was very difficult. It took me back, and I realized because the same language Warren Jeffs used on those victims was the same language my dad used with me when he molested me, and I just realized how systemic the abuse is in the FLDS and in polygamy, and that we have got to, as a nation, stand up and put our foot down and say enough is enough, no more.
Absolutely. Elisa Wall, former SEC member, you also testified in a former case, and I know that, and I know we're gonna have her actually at 8:30 on. But Flora, you've talked very publicly about all of these cases and all of what happened. Is this just? There must be such a sense of victory now, Flora.
There is a sense of victory, but it's not done, Rita. It is so not done. There are still tens of thousands of children that are still suffering inside the FLDS, and putting one man away does not stop the abuse. It helps, but it doesn't stop.